Hey guys, welcome back to The Mind of Brandon, and welcome back to another Sexy Saturday. As indicated by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about how to get a woman to stop walking. So, in my opinion, anyone who talks about basic entry-level pickup should probably talk about this subject matter, and the reason I mention this is because I personally probably would have gotten a lot better at this pickup stuff a lot sooner if this wasn't such a neglected subject. I watched a whole bunch of different PUA videos. There's a book that I read 15 times, just like the author suggests. This, of course, is How to Be a 3% Man by the YouTube user Coach Corey Wayne, who says that all of his most successful clients have read this book 10 to 15 times. But it doesn't talk in here about how to get a woman to stop walking. Now, I got all sorts of advice on, what kinds of openers you can use when you approach a woman, try to strike up a conversation with her. I was told to say things like, hey, or how's it going? Hey, how are ya? Hey, what's your name? Or, if you're feeling particularly bold, compliment him. You're beautiful. You're amazing. Wow, I want you. And these are all things that I have said to women in my attempts to get better at pickup. Now, any one of these can, of course, be a good way to initiate conversation with a woman if she's standing still, just like leaning up against a wall or chilling on a bench, whatever. What about if she's walking? So if I'm walking that way and there's a hottie coming this way, I'm, of course, going to want to stop before she passes me, right? Stop and start talking to her, right? So what I've done in the past is, I stop and I say, hey, how are you? Or how's it going? Right? And, typically she'll at least verbally respond, usually, right? Something like, oh, good, thanks, right? But she doesn't stop. She just keeps walking. I mean, I did get a few women to stop using that technique, but not very many, like 2 or 3. I seriously think that's it. That's all I can recall, like 2 or 3, right? So the vast majority of the time, it doesn't get a woman to stop. It's really not very effective, okay? Another thing I've tried is I stop and, I say to a woman, wow, you're beautiful, right? And, she's like, oh, thank you. But, it didn't make her stop. She just kept going. But as she was passing me, I was just like, hey, what's your name, right? And so then she did stop. She turned around, shook my hand. We exchanged names. I tried to get her phone number. She declined on the account of living out of state, but I didn't care. I was like, that was actually a pretty effective way of getting her to stop. I'm going to try that again, right? So this other time, I come across this, beautiful woman. I stopped. She's like, wow, you're beautiful, right? And she says, thank you. As she walks past, I say, hey, what's your name? But she didn't stop walking. As she's walking, she kind of, turns her head back at me, tells me her name, keeps walking. I'm like, hey, come back. But she didn't come back. She just, started ignoring me, just kept on walking, right? But I tried it a few times since then, and I've never again gotten a girl to stop using that particular method. I got lucky the first time, but it's never worked since then. So again, we have a technique that's really not that effective. Eventually, though, I watched a video by Todd Valentine, where, if I recall correctly, what he did is he walked up to this woman, and he put his hand out like he wanted to shake it. He says, "Excuse me," and then she stops. She shakes hands with him, and they start conversing. And it occurred to me, okay, it looked like that was an effective way of getting a woman to stop. So I went to my favorite mall with the intention of shaking some hands, right? Only, get to the mall and realize, oh, their hands are full. They got like, shopping bags, or they got like a phone in one hand, bag in the other, phone in one hand, coffee in the other. Maybe they got an ice cream or car keys. Kind of hard to find women that don't, have things in their hands, right? But, it occurred to me, okay, well, maybe I can modify Todd's approach, right? So what I tried doing is, I'd stop, if I saw a beautiful woman, I'm going that way, she's coming this way, right? I'd stop, and I'd put my hand up in a way that communicates, I'd like you to stop, right? So just put my hand up, and then say, excuse me, okay? Excuse me. Just like that. And I did that last Sunday, for the first time. Okay, that was the first time I tried that, last Sunday. You just, excuse me, okay? And she stopped, right? She stopped. I did it again the next day, and she stopped. I did it again last Tuesday, and she did not stop. She actually kept going. She's like, sorry, I gotta keep going, right? So I was like, okay, well, 2 out of 3 is not bad. But I went ahead and I did it again on Wednesday, and it worked. I did it again on Thursday, and it worked. And then I did it again on Friday, and it worked. 5 out of 6 times, it worked. I found something that's pretty effective. And I should probably mention that every time I tried this, I made sure it was in a circumstance where the woman did not look like she might be too distracted to notice that someone was trying to get her to stop. So I made sure that I did not do it to anyone that was with someone else, or that was like, on their phone or wearing earplugs, someone who might be like doing window shopping or just looks like they're in a hurry or something, right? And this is not to discourage anyone from approaching women in those circumstances. I'm just saying I don't know if the results will be as effective if you're trying to approach women that are kind of distracted with other things. Now, being able to successfully stop a woman, of course, doesn't ensure that you're going to successfully get a phone number or get a date or get laid or anything like that. But hey, one step at a time, folks. Let's face it, being able to successfully stop a woman is probably going to be pretty important to learn if you ever want to become a master pickup artist. Alright, that being said, I hope that this video was helpful for people. If there's anyone interested in helping me out, I do have a Patreon account linked down below in the description box. You guys can go there and donate if you want to help. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next ones. Have a good one, guys, and peace.